What's going on, people? My name is Antoine, this is ATM Tech, and welcome to the channel. If you're thinking about getting an ultra-wide monitor but just can't quite work out whether it's right for you, today I'm going to try and help you answer that question. Ultra-wide monitors have shot up in popularity over the last few years, and for good reason. They provide expanded screen real estate which can really help with your productivity. And then on the gaming side of things, they can really help immerse you into the experience, which helps you take things to the next level. Over the last couple of years, the prices of ultra-wide monitors have really come down a lot, making them more accessible to more people. So upgrading to an ultra-wide monitor was something that I'd been thinking about for quite a while, but when I accidentally smashed the screen on my 27-inch monitor, well, that kind of sped up the process a little bit. I ended up going for a 34-inch 1440p 144Hz ultra-wide monitor from Acer. Now 34-inch and 1440p is the most common configuration you'll tend to find when you're doing research. You can get them in 1080p, but at 34 inches I do think you really need 1440p, and the 144Hz refresh rate isn't as common and is only really necessary if you're going to be gaming. So for me, the two major benefits of getting an ultra-wide monitor are productivity and gaming. The wide aspect ratio easily lets me look at two things at once side by side, almost as though I have a smaller dual monitor setup. When I'm planning my YouTube videos, it's quite helpful to have a Word document open on one side and then the website I'm researching from on the other side. Speaking of YouTube, I spend a lot of time on the computer editing videos, so a major advantage of having an ultra-wide monitor is being able to see more of the timeline at once. When you're used to working on a smaller screen where you constantly have to zoom in on your timeline, being able to see almost all the timeline at once is a godsend. So the aspect ratio of majority of monitors is 21:9, which means they are absolutely great for watching films. Depending on your setup, it's definitely worth having a nice comfy chair that you can kick back and watch a good film. That being said, any type of content that is shot in 16:9, such as YouTube, will have black bars on the side. It's not the end of the world, but it's definitely something to consider. Now let's move on to gaming. If you are a PC gamer, then an ultra-wide monitor is definitely something you should look into. Having that extra field of view and being able to see more of the world around you really takes that game experience up a notch. Now, one thing to bear in mind, not all PC games do support 21:9 aspect ratio, so any game where this isn't supported, you'll either have black bars on the side or the pixels may be stretched. I think where ultra wide monitors really come alive in any third or first person shooters as well as racing games. Now the particular monitor I have is a flat panel. Now I would advise, if you want the best gaming experience possible, to opt for a curved monitor, but for me, because my usage is 70% productivity and only 30% gaming, a flat panel is absolutely fine. So I specifically mentioned PC gaming. You can game from a console using an ultra-wide monitor, but these games will only support 16:9 aspect ratio. So again, you're going to have stretched pixels or black bars on the side. So I do actually have an Xbox One X hooked up to this monitor, and although the pixels are stretched, in some games it's really off-putting, but then in other games you hardly even notice it. So you can try console gaming, but I don't necessarily recommend it. A couple notable things about this Acer monitor that I have: it has 2 display ports and 2 HDMI 2.0 ports. The display ports can support up to 144Hz and the HDMI ports can support up to 120Hz. It also has 2 USB-A 3.0 ports and no USB Type-C port. In the monitor's built-in software, you do have support for picture-in-picture across 2 sources, so you have a smaller screen overlaid on top of the larger screen, and you can swap those sources around, and then you can change the position of the smaller screen as well. Now the buttons to control the monitor software aren't the best. You kind of have to reach around and reach under, but to combat that, there's actually a piece of software from Acer that you can download onto your computer that lets you control all the settings without touching any buttons. It's actually really smart and really handy. I'm not sure if other manufacturers are doing this, but it's a great idea. So to wrap things up, if you're a content creator, if you're a film lover, if you're a gamer, you should probably get an ultra-wide monitor. Prices are good. They look great. You get a lot of the benefits of a dual monitor setup without the bezel in the middle. Obviously not all the benefits, but most of the benefit. I think in 2021, most people should at least consider an ultra-wide monitor for their next monitor. I hope that helps. If it does, let me know in the comments down below and leave a like. If you're interested in the monitor that I have, I'm going to be leaving a link in the description down below so you can go check that out. But anyway, that's enough from me. My name is Antoine. This is ATM Tech, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.